They were types of people that you should never help. Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius once reminded us, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. You, my friend, are already on that path, always ready to lend a helping hand. But what if I told you that your noble intentions could sometimes be in vain? That there are people out there who, no matter how much you try, remain impervious to your help. Epicurus once said, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them." It's a hard pill to swallow, but even the most well-intentioned acts can fall flat when directed at the wrong individuals. All the goodwill in the world can't change someone's situation, especially when that person doesn't show the will or ability to change. Stick around as we delve into the 8 types of people you should think twice about helping. These are individuals who, for various reasons, may be beyond the reach of even the most heartfelt assistance. Number 1. People who live behind the veil of self-deception. First, listen to the following story. One afternoon, there was a fox strolling through the forest when it spotted a bunch of grapes hanging from a high branch. The fox salivated so much that drool spilled out from the sides of its mouth. "This will quench my thirst," it thought. Stepping back a few paces, the fox leaped up but failed to reach the grapes, grasping only the vine leaves. Once again, the fox took a few steps back and tried to reach the bunch but still failed. The fox tried every possible way but still could not reach the grapes. Finally, giving up, the fox tilted its nose up and said, "They're probably just sour grapes anyway," and then just walked away. The lesson: it's easy to disdain what you cannot have. Some people, when they cannot obtain something, quickly dismiss it as worthless. The reality is often that it's due to their own limitations they cannot obtain it, but they make excuses, deceiving themselves to justify their failure. Have you ever wondered why some people adamantly refuse to see the world as it is, even when the facts are staring them right in the face? Could you be one of them? Let's explore this through the lens of Stoic philosophy. Self-deception is a fascinating yet perilous mental trap, one that starkly contrasts with Stoic principles of sincerity and self-awareness. This is what self-deception is like, creating a distorted reality to avoid confronting the truth. The crux of the issue lies in how these individuals perceive the world. Their minds have become unreliable narrators, filtering facts through a lens so warped that they genuinely believe their version of reality is the only truth. It's not that they intend to deceive, rather, they are captives of their own skewed perceptions. Approaching these individuals is like trying to convince someone that the sky is blue when they are adamant it's green. They'll counter with illogical arguments, and even when you point directly at the sky, they'll find a way to justify their distorted view. The only real hope for change comes when they acknowledge their issue, often requiring the intervention of a skilled psychological professional. By understanding the pitfalls of self-deception, we can strive for a life of greater sincerity and self-awareness, as advocated by Stoic philosophy. So take a moment to reflect. Are you seeing the world as it truly is, or are you a prisoner of your own perceptions? Your journey toward self-improvement starts with this crucial self-examination. Number 2. Advantageous people. Altruism, the highest expression of empathy, is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. It's our innate human ability to step into another's shoes, to understand their struggles, fears, and anxieties. This empathetic lens allows us to view the world without judgment, inspiring us to alleviate the burdens of others. However, not everyone who seeks your help does so with pure intentions. There are individuals who cunningly exploit your altruistic nature for their own gain. They masquerade as friends in need. How can you discern their motives? Observe their approach to life. Genuine friends seek your assistance only when absolutely necessary, while opportunists frequently request favors, often for tasks they could easily accomplish themselves. Initially, they might flatter you, saying, "You're such a good friend. Could you help me with this favor?" While it's perfectly acceptable to ask for help occasionally, these individuals will exploit your kindness relentlessly. They show no regard for your time and effort. The irony is that even when you're reluctant to assist them, you find yourself succumbing to their emotional manipulation. These opportunists excel in playing the victim, making you feel selfish for refusing to help. In reality, they are the epitome of selfishness. Our Stoic recommendation is to liberate yourself from the clutches of such individuals without a shred of guilt. Remember Marcus Aurelius's wisdom. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice. By recognizing and distancing yourself from these opportunists, you not only protect your well-being but also uphold the true essence of Stoic altruism. Reflect on this, and may it guide you in your interactions, fostering a community that values genuine empathy and altruism. Number 3, people who can't see beyond their own noses. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. Marcus Aurelius. People who can't see beyond the tip of their own noses, they're the ones who believe the universe orbits around them, and that they're the epicenter of all happenings. Ever found yourself in a conversation with someone like this? You might say, "Traffic is getting unbearable in our city," only for them to retort, "Well, I've never had an issue, so it can't be that bad." Or perhaps you've shared the excitement of landing a new job, only to have them hijack the conversation, lamenting about how miserable and unstimulating their own job is. It's as if they have a knack for vacuuming the joy out of your life, leaving you deflated every time you attempt to share good news. In these moments, what was once a dialogue becomes a monologue, centered on their feelings, their experiences. Your opinions, your well-being, they all take a back seat. If you're trying to elevate someone who has no interest in rising, no amount of pushing will make them ascend. Conversely, if you aim to climb the ladder of life but find yourself weighed down by such individuals, they can indeed pull you down. The only antidote is to distance yourself from such toxicity. So, are you ready to challenge the self-centered individuals in your life and inspire a more empathetic world? Remember, as Marcus Aurelius wisely said, happiness starts within you. Don't let anyone steal that from you. Number 4, people who don't take responsibility. These individuals are masters at dodging responsibility, and they're not just hurting themselves, they're affecting everyone around them. They are the artists of blame shifting, always ready with an excuse that conveniently excludes them from any accountability. Wrong place, wrong time, they'll say, as if fate alone governs their lives. The Stoic philosophy teaches us the importance of self-analysis and humility for personal and moral growth. We are the architects of our destiny. Yet these individuals seem to be in a perpetual state of denial. They believe that their actions exist in a vacuum, impacting no one but themselves. Or worse, they're indifferent to the ripple effects of their actions. When things go awry, they're quick to point fingers at external circumstances. The phrase, "It's not my fault," is their mantra. When they fail to meet their goals, they're quick to make excuses and blame everyone but themselves. Whether it's failing a test, crashing their car, or living in a messy home, the fault always lies elsewhere, never within. So, what should you do with someone who never owns up to their mistakes? The Stoic wisdom advises caution. By attempting to help them, you risk becoming their next scapegoat. These individuals are not interested in growth. They're interested in excuses. They're not just digging a hole for themselves, they're trying to pull you in with them. In the journey of life, especially through the lens of Stoicism, taking responsibility is not just an option, it's a necessity. If you find yourself entangled with someone who refuses to do so, perhaps it's time to reconsider the investment of your time and energy. After all, Stoicism teaches us the value of focusing on what we can control, and sometimes that means knowing when to walk away. Have you ever dealt with someone who shuns responsibility? How did you handle it? Let's open up this discussion and learn from each other's experiences. Number 5, people with no vision for the future. Ever felt the agony of watching someone you care about squander their incredible talents? It's like watching a bird with clipped wings, unable to soar. While living in the present is crucial, it's equally important to have a vision for the future. The present moment is the stepping stone to the future you desire. The issue isn't a lack of skill or talent, it's a lack of vision. These individuals often possess a multitude of skills but are paralyzed by their inability to envision a future. The key to unlocking their potential isn't teaching them something new, but inspiring them to apply what they already know. The Stoics believed that the pursuit of a better life is a hallmark of virtue. Without it, you're susceptible to a downward spiral of negative emotions, with anxiety being one of the most debilitating. If you're struggling with anxiety and yearning for a more fulfilling life, the Stoic philosophy offers a way out. Click the link in the first comment to discover how to conquer anxiety the Stoic way. Number 6. People who only see the negative side of life. Is your mind a sanctuary of serenity or a theater of toxicity? The answer might surprise you. In the grand theater of life, there are those who revel in the darkness, casting shadows on the Stoics' sanctuary of serenity, resilience, and gratitude. But what if I told you that the key to a balanced mind lies in embracing both the light and the dark? It's human nature to encounter storms of anger, frustration, and powerlessness. Yet there's a stark difference between weathering these storms and choosing to drown in them. When you fixate solely on life's adversities, you're not just clouding your own sky, you're missing out on the breathtaking sunsets that life gifts us. Now you might know someone who's a virtuoso in this art of negativity. Offering them a helping hand feels like pouring water into a bottomless pit. For every solution you offer, they conjure a new problem as if their life is a never-ending. They complain about never-ending bills, unruly children, absent partners, and soul-sucking jobs. But here's the million-dollar question. Can you truly help someone who's a perpetual complainer? Do they even want help? Before you deplete your reservoir of energy, pause and reflect. Let them journey through their own labyrinth of negativity. Perhaps time will be their greatest teacher. Instead, channel your valuable energy towards those who genuinely seek your wisdom and are eager to grow. Number 7. People who believe that they are never the problem. Why blaming others is a trap you need to escape now. Ever wondered why some people seem to be perpetually stuck in a cycle of negativity, always pointing fingers at the world around them? Well, they're missing out on a life-changing Stoic principle. The only thing we truly have control over is our own reactions and attitudes. That's right. Not the events or circumstances, but how we respond to them. The only thing you sometimes have control over is perspective. You don't have control over your situation, but you have a choice about how you view it. Chris Pine. So, how do you help someone who's convinced that the universe is conspiring against them? Someone who's blind to their own shortcomings, believing they're already perfect? The harsh reality is, they're trapped in a self-imposed prison of denial. Whether it's a lack of friends, an unhealthy lifestyle, or career setbacks, they've got an external scapegoat for everything. The truth is, these individuals are missing out on the most crucial step toward self-improvement: self-awareness. They're convinced that the world is the problem, not them. But here's the kicker. Life has a way of teaching us whether we're ready for the lesson or not. Sooner or later, the universe will serve them a reality check they can't ignore. The first and greatest victory is to conquer yourself. Platt. If you still feel compelled to help such a person, sometimes the best teacher is experience itself. Let life's hard knocks awaken them to their own folly. After all, wisdom often comes dressed in the garb of adversity. Number 8. People who believe that the world owes them something. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, offers a solution to the self-centered mindset that plagues many in our society. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, once said, "Man is not worried by real problems so much as by his imagined anxieties about real problems." This wisdom teaches us to live in harmony with nature and earn our worth through merit, not entitlement. In today's world, some are caught in a bubble of self-importance, mistaking kindness for weakness and expecting special treatment based on superficial traits. Mark Twain aptly noted, "Kindness is a language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see." Yet those who offer help are often manipulated by these narcissistic individuals. The remedy is not to change others, but to set boundaries and take responsibility for our actions. As Robin Sharma said, "Change is hard at first, messy in the middle, and gorgeous at the end. Stoicism encourages us to foster meaningful relationships and live a virtuous life, not just to survive, but to thrive. It's a journey towards resilience, purpose, and fulfillment. As we conclude today's enlightening journey through the topic of 8 types of people that you should never help, let's not forget that Stoicism isn't just a philosophy to be studied, it's a way of life to be lived. I invite you to take these Stoic principles to heart and apply them in your daily interactions. Remember, a resilient mind is not built in a day, but through consistent practice and reflection. If you found value in this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up, subscribing to the channel, and sharing your thoughts in the comments below. Your engagement not only enriches our Stoic community but also helps others discover these timeless teachings. Share this video far and wide, and let's collectively strive for personal growth and happiness. Thank you for being a part of this Stoic journey. Until next time, stay resilient and reflective.